Hey, my name is Jack Peterson. I am Dr. Amanda Noelle's twin flame, and I am making another video on a follow-up from a previous video where I talked about being fed up with your twin flame. And basically my advice was to, instead of giving up, to fully surrender. And one of the questions I got from one of our viewers is, how do I surrender? So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video today. So in the last video, I will link it up here to watch it again, I explained the full story of the process of experiencing a lot of trials and tribulations in my relationship with my twin flame Amanda. In the first 6 months especially, we fell in love very quickly, and then every month or so, Amanda would doubt our union and would think that I was just a stepping stone for her leading up to her real twin flame that she was still seeking. But then every month or so, she would also fall more and more deeply in love with me. I was convinced that she was the one for me, and she was not. And so I went through a process many times of basically getting my heart broken and then learning how to recover each time. And I faced the temptation of giving up over and over, and yet luckily, with the teachings that I learned from working with my mentor for many years, I learned how to surrender instead of just giving up. And this is a critical skill on the twin flame path, I believe. So I'm going to share with you how to surrender. In order to surrender, in order to let go and trust the universe fully, we first need to learn the process. And the process is 3 specific simple steps. Now, the first step is to acknowledge your codependent thoughts. And so if you are pining after your twin flame, if you are still in separation, if you are experiencing that pain of being separated from your beloved, then you may have some thoughts that are codependent. With these codependent thoughts, you may be putting your self-worth outside of yourself into this other person. And in doing that, you are disempowering yourself. If you are placing your happiness and your worthiness and your well-being into another person, you will never fully have that sense of self-worth within yourself. And so the first step is acknowledging that your mind is playing a trick on you and is buying into the limiting belief that you cannot be happy, you cannot feel worthy without the love of this person. And so in that process, you are constantly pining after them. Even if you are not physically chasing after them, mentally there is a gap inside yourself, and you are believing that you do not have that sense of happiness within yourself first. The solution to this is to fully acknowledge and accept and believe that you are worthy. The second step in this process is to feel the underlying emotional pain. So first, when we are sourcing our happiness from someone outside of ourselves, we will always have an emotional pain that comes up. And in this process, we must feel this emotional pain, take full responsibility for it, or else we're going to be constantly putting our emotional well-being and worth into that other person. And so we must fully take responsibility for our own feelings, to feel them fully. And one thing I recommend and how to do this is to put on a timer for at least 15 minutes and just simply sit with your emotions and just let yourself feel how you're feeling. Feel the grief, feel the sadness, and feel all of it. Now, before I share the third and final step, I want to share with you that Amanda and I are running a retreat in Bali. A quick announcement. We are running this in November, and we have 2 spots left. It's going to be a phenomenal retreat. It's going to be in paradise. It's going to be for 7 days. Learn more in the info below. Click the link below to learn more and to grab your ticket. One special thing for you, if you're watching this video, is we have a special coupon code that I have linked for you below, and that coupon code is available in the next 3 days only. And so if you want one of the last 2 spots, with that coupon code you get $1,000 savings on your ticket. Go ahead and click the link below. On the checkout page, type in that coupon code, and we are excited to see you at the Bali retreat. Okay, now for the third and final step. After you have felt and acknowledged your own emotional pain with regards to your self-worth that you have placed into this other person, the third step is to feel the underlying need that you have. And so in my story, I was placing my self-worth and my desire for love and connection into Amanda. And so every time she told me that she didn't think that we were twin flames, she didn't think that we were the right match for each other, it broke my heart, and it triggered my emotional pain. And then the needs under that were my need for connection, my need for companionship, and my need for love. And so once I was able to acknowledge those needs that I have beneath the emotional pain, I was then able to give myself what I needed. And so since I needed connection, I would connect more with myself by feeling my emotions and acknowledging the thoughts that were coming up, and just really spending time with myself and journaling, writing out my feelings and everything that was coming up for me at the time. Also, my need for companionship, very similar, just being that companion that I always seeked out outside of myself. I was that for myself, and I did that through meditating and going out and making new friends, even exploring new workshops and new hobbies. I loved myself like my life depended on it. I gave myself all of the attention that I needed. I loved who I am. I loved who I'm not. And I fully accepted, this body and who I am as Jack. Contrary to popular belief, we are actually worthy, and we are actually love at our core. And so whenever we are in a state where we don't feel good, where we're seeking love and our worthiness in someone else, whoever that may be, if it's who we think is our twin flame or not, we need to learn how to surrender to that, to let go of our attachment, so that we can come back to our divine source, because that is who we actually are. And once we come back to that true source of who we actually are, we surrender, we then simultaneously step into our sovereignty as a sovereign soul on this earth, manifest in physical form. We then stop seeking outside of ourselves, and we begin to take full responsibility for our own life. And from that, we source our own happiness, our own worthiness, our own well-being. And we live that, and we embody that every day. And then as a byproduct of that divine sovereignty, we then manifest what we want in our life. We manifest our twin flame coming back to us. We manifest the career that is most in alignment for us. We manifest the lifestyle that we love, and we are able to truly live the life that we are meant to live here and be the light and be of service. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions for me, please write them down in the comments below. Also, let me know what process you are at in your journey of surrendering and letting go and trusting the universe. Type that in the comments below as well. If you like this video, please absolutely subscribe, hit that button. We are on this journey together. Let's support one another. I look forward to reading your comments and I will respond to you. Once again, we have 2 more spots left in our Bali retreat. Check that out in the description box below. I love you. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you very soon.